I got that California.
What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our I believe this is week 8, our week 8 battle for the ICBA. Today we are facing off against Die It Tight, coach of the New Britain Rockruff, in a game that is very important because I believe we have the same record right now, if I'm mistaken. I think we're both 4-2, and I think we're also very close in terms of differential. I think he maybe has one more point of diff than us after we lost recently, or basically just been going 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 over and over. But it's all good. We are playing against the New Britain Rockruff, and we have, in my opinion, probably one of our worst matchups this season. In terms of what he has, I have nothing for a lot of his mons. And you guys will see that when I get into the matchup. He was kind of saying that he didn't have a good matchup, but I honestly really disagree. And I hope my argument kind of like swayed him when we were talking in the post game. But you guys will see how it goes. I mentioned last week that this had to be a showdown battle. It was honestly just, we were really rushing to get it done, and we just said, you know what, screw it, play on showdown. And then again, guys, next week again will also be a showdown battle. I DC'd with my opponent, and we spent over an hour trying to recreate the first 10 turns. Over an hour, just because of Scald Burns. Okay, and we got the situation right. It was because of a roll we got screwed over. So yeah, over an hour. But the game finished, it's done, and I can give you this Week 8 battle first, before that Week 9 battle. So, we'll go ahead and get right into it. My opponent has a team of Deoxys Speed, Mega Mawile, Toxapex, Raikou with Z-moves, Darmanitan, Decidueye, Como-O with Z-moves, Zoroark with Z-moves, Swellow, Piloswine, and Archeops with Z-moves. I can see every single Pokemon coming to this game. There's not one that I don't think could come, versus this is my team, at all. So I'm going to go over my team now, which is Protein Greninja with Z-moves, Mega Gallade, Zapdos, Salamence with Z-moves, Sylveon, Donphan, Salazzle, Lycanroc Day, Mismagius, Klinklang, and Lantern. Now, this is what I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to start off by, I guess I'll do my team first, and I'll talk about why I'm so worried about his team. So, to start off, we have, where is it? I'm going to find it. Okay, we have our Greninja here, which is Waterium Z. We have Extrasensory for the Toxapex, Surf, Dark Pulse, and I have Substitute there for the Mawile Sucker Punch potential. We have Speed for Raikou, and yeah, basically, Surf plus Extrasensory hits pretty much everything for neutral damage except for the Decidueye, and that's why I'm running Dark Pulse. So my goal in this has to be able to get rid or get the, what is it called? The I'm trying to think of the name of it. Get the Toxapex as low as possible so that it can't really wall me, because Toxapex, even if it's max SPDF, max HP, with Recover and stuff like that, it can beat my Greninja 1v1. That's why I have to have the Substitute there. He's gonna have to like hit a Gunk Shot or have like a random hidden power or something to be able to get rid of me. So yeah, our next mod is going to be Ghost, our Lycanroc with the Focus Sash. We have a Cell Rock, Drill Run, Stealth Rock, and Toxic. Toxic is there for the, what was it there for? I'm trying to remember what it was there for. I'm trying to remember. Oh my god, I can remember. I think it was there for the Decidueye, if I'm mistaken. Decidueye or the Como-O, basically, so they can't sweep us. Yeah, it's meant to get up rocks and keep them up, and that's pretty much it. We then have our Mega Gallade here. Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, Substitute, and Drain Punch. It's max speed to speed tie with the Archeops. Substitute again is there for the what is it called? Oh my god, I'm trying to think of the name. The Mawile Sucker Punch. There we go. But yeah, I'm running Dual Stab plus another stab option. I'm running Close Combat and Drain Punch, mostly for damage purposes, and then Zen Headbutt because it hits things really well. I don't really need any other coverage, so I'm good there. We then have a Yachi Berry Salamence with Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Roost. This is the one mon that if I'm going to win this game, is going to be because of this Pokemon. But he has a Piloswine in the back, which has the Ice Shard. If he didn't have that thing, then this thing would just go in 100%. We basically live a max attack out of an Ice Shard from Piloswine from full, even without my berry. We have speed for Darmanitan, and we need to be +2 to outspeed and max speed Deoxys Speed, which is very unfortunate. This is gonna be like probably our best endgame option again once things are weakened, and yeah, that's kind of my play here. I just want to weaken things so that this thing can go in specifically because it's going to be really good this game. I then have an Aya Papa Berry Zapdos with just a bold nature, a little bit of speed to outspeed things. I have Defog, Volt Switch, Roost, and Heat Wave. Heat Wave is there for the Mawile. And yeah, we then finally have Bubbles, our Sylveon with leftovers. We are a calm-natured Sylveon. We have Hyper Voice, Baton Pass, Wish, and Yawn. Yawn is there to stop the potential Mawile coming in, to stop the Toxapex from coming in and just like being annoying. So Yeah, we have enough defense, so we are never 2KO'd by a non-adamant Piloswine's Earthquake. We have Yawn to force switches, Baton Pass for momentum into my threats, Wish for recovery, and I was baiting swapping this mon out for Salazzle, but I felt like it was more important to have this mon out here to take a hit potentially from something like the Como Stab or whatever it may be. But yeah, that's our team. We'll go ahead and get into the battle right now. So looking at the 6 mons that he brought, actually no, I forgot to say, I want to go over why I think the matchup is so bad. So to start off, the Deoxys speed, it outspeeds my entire team easily. Obviously, it's kind of what it's meant to do, but my potential Scarfers, it outspeeds those as well. So again, like I said, my Salamence needs to be +2 to outspeed it. It doesn't outspeed at +1, which is terrifying. I don't think this Magic outspeeds at +1 either, but I'm pretty sure that a Scarf like Rock Day would outspeed. So again, very unfortunate, but it is kind of like the cost of having a bit of a slower-ish team around that middle range. Then the Mega Mawile. I don't have anything to take a hit at all. Nothing takes a hit, really. Everything dies to a Play Rough or an Iron Head, and yeah, I don't have a choice in that, really. It's just really poor team building around this, but again, I did not expect to be playing Mega Mawile. I didn't think it was me one of my 10 opponents, but it is. The Toxapex, this honestly isn't such a bad thing for me to deal with. Most of my mons against it are the special variety, except for my Mega Gallade, but it's not the end of the world. The Gallade can beat it if it's not burnt, but honestly, extra sensory from my Greninja, even if I was modest, I don't think I could 2-KO this, even if it was max special defense. Yeah, the Raikou then is really strong because it's mostly just because it outspeeds me and it has electric coverage, and I can't really bring my Lantern to this game because it's such a bad mon to bring, and I can't bring my Donphan because it's also a bad mon to bring. So yeah, then he's got the Darmanitan, which outspeeds everything, fires off Flare Blitz, and basically it's a KO against everything except for my Salamence in this game. The Decidueye, it's probably the least likely to come, in my opinion, but it's still a big threat. Como Dragon Dances up and just wins, basically, which is a problem. I need to be at like max HP on a lot of my mons, make sure I can live a hit somehow. We then have the Zoroark, which again, it's kind of iffy, but it can be really good against my team because of the ability to just transform into something else. Then the Swellow, the fact that it outspeeds me and can go through sub, that's the big issue here because of the Mawile Sucker Punch. Really good team building and drafting on Dai's part to draft the Swellow because he needs he's going to know people are going to bring sub against him because of the Mawile. He has Swellow in the back with Boom Burst and it's going to just rip through his team. Piloswine, one of the biggest threats because of the Ice Shard. Its dual stab hits my team incredibly ridiculously hard, and you guys saw how it was against Root. Mamoswine just ran through me. Piloswine can do the same. Then there's the Archeops again. The speed is tough for me to handle, and honestly, it's not the greatest mon against me, but I could see it coming because of the speed and because of the damage output against before Defeatus. So yeah, I'm very scared of this matchup. I really was worried about it, but I felt like I have a decent team around it, and if I do win this game, it'll be on the back of Greninja or Salamence. So let's go ahead and we'll get right into it. So looking at the team he brought, the 6 he brought, my lead is going to be my Lycanroc. I'm assuming he's going to lead with the Deoxys, try and Hazard Stack me, or leave the Darmanitan and try and get off a U-turn here. If he leads off with the Darmanitan, I'm going to click the Cell Rock. If he leads off with the Deoxys, I'm going to click Drill Run. And depending on what else he leads off with, I might click Rocks. So let's go ahead and we'll get started. So I lead off with my Lycanroc here. He's going to lead off with the Mawile. He gets the Intimidate drop. I'm just going to go, I believe, for the Drill Run, as he's going to be able to take that pretty well, only 29%, and he goes to the knockoff here. Now, I didn't really calc the knockoff damage. It shouldn't have brought me down to Sash if he was max attack, max HP anyways, but I should have probably calculated what it would have done because it would let me know he is not a very offensively invested Mawile, which is important to know because that means majority of his investment will be into his defense and HP. I didn't think that. That hit from a max HP Mawile, the drill run damage, was the minimum roll, and I was kind of feeling like I was getting min roll after min roll after min roll the entire game. But no, he ends up having a little bit of a defensive investment on his Mawile, and at this point I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rock in case he wants to Sucker Punch here. He doesn't go for the Sucker Punch, he goes for the Iron Head instead, so no rocks for me, sorry, no extra damage for me, but it's okay. I can bring in this thing. Again, I still think he's max HP with very little defensive investment at all, if any. And a close combat should be able to get the KO on this thing because I am a Mega Gallade, obviously. So I'm just going to Mega Evolve and go for the close combat. And this is where having Earthquake would have been really useful. Or go for the substitute, rather. Sorry, I go for the sub there because I want to protect against the Sucker Punch. But this is where Earthquake would have really come in handy because Earthquake would have been a guaranteed KO even if he was as max defense as he could possibly be. Close combat maxes out at 180 damage after stab bonuses, and Earthquake maxes out at 200 damage after super effective bonuses. So yeah, he's doing for Play Rough, get rid of this thing, and I'm starting to assume he doesn't have the Sucker Punch, so I'm going to go for the close combat as he lives the hit and gets the KO with Play Rough. And at this point, I don't know how I'm going to beat the Piloswine because he has a free switch into my Greninja in the Toxapex. So yeah, not the greatest start to this game. I'm going to go to my Greninja though. I'm going to go for the substitute here, or I think go for the Surf actually. I go for the Surf here just to KO the Mawile. An extra sensory would not have gotten the job done. At this point, I'm going to go for a substitute here as he ends up going into the Mawile. Just trying to, I guess, scout for the Z extra sensory as I'm just going to go for a regular substitute here. And I'm expecting to have the Sucker Punch. I don't want to play around with the game zone, but because, again, he didn't show it against the Lichen Rock or against the Gallade, I don't think he has it. So I'm just going to go for a Surf here, I believe. And he just goes for the Sucker Punch. So safe play. Greninja gets a KO, but doesn't really matter too much because our sub is gone and the Toxic can just come in. I'm going to go for another sub here. Again, I can have 3 more subs, this one included. And he basically can't break my sub with a Scald, so I'm in a good spot here, even though I do become a normal type. So I go for the sub here. We are going to be at 51%, but he lands a Gunk Shot, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. He might just be Assault Vest, and I kind of thought that before I go for the attack here, because I do want to know like why he has Gunk Shot. I don't think he would think I would bring Sub Granite and bring Gunk Shot just for that, because that's the only move he can have that will break my sub. So that or Liquidation rather. So I'm just gonna go for an extra sensory here, and from this damage here, I'm like, okay, yeah, he is definitely 100% Assault Vest. And to make matters worse, he gets the burn here, which, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I'm going to go and switch out into my Zapdos here as he's going to go for the knockoff. So nice play. He gets the paralysis from the static, not a big deal. Excuse me. And I'm going to go for the Heat Wave predicting the Palossand to come in. We do get it. I'm just hoping for a burn now. I just want to burn this thing because I do have a shot to win. I just need this damn burn. All I need. He goes to the rocks here. I'm like, okay, just one more burn. Do I get the burn here? Do I get it? No. He goes to the Avalanche here. Does a huge chunk of damage to me. I'm going to go for another Heat Wave here. And we get the crit here and KO him. Again, did not know if I wanted that crit because I could have just brought in something else and just kind of really, I guess got my Moxie Salamis to start going for game almost. If he is not a very fast Deoxys, who knows? But I don't know. It was a bit of a rough turn there. I wish I didn't get the crit there, but I would just rather have gotten the burn. That's all. Anyways, in comes this thing, and at this point, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I lose the game. I have nothing for this mon. None. My roster is devoid of answers to a Dragonette's Como. I go for the Volt Switch here. My only play would have been if I had the Thunder Wave, but even then he could probably be Lumberry and be fine. He's going to go for the Dragonets here, and I have to hope I live in Iron Head. And yeah, I don't think I do, and I switch out because of that. I go into this thing trying to force him to go for a Z Iron Head, but he just goes for a regular one, and I'm going to pause it because it turns out that I potentially could have lived an Iron Head from that range. It was a roll in his favor. It was like 70% for him to KO based on my spread and what I assume his spread was. But yeah, at this point here, he's going to go for the Iron Head. He's going to get the KO, so yeah, we're going to lose here. It's going to be a 4-0 loss. He's going to go for the Z Dragon Claw or Z Outrage or whatever it may be and get the KO on my Salamence. As at this point, again, guys, like I said, it's game over. But for some reason, don't ask me how, we outsped this thing and he doesn't drop. So yeah, he survived that hit, which kind of sucks, but he's going to get the KO on us anyways. Very unfortunate we get the loss here. Again, I really felt like I was getting min roll after min roll on all my hits. But no, it was just Assault Vest, Toxapex. It was a very bulky Mawile, and I lost to much better prep and much better drafting. So props to Dai. He got me this time. He got me really good. And yeah, hopefully we can get back in the win column next week. We do fall to, I believe it is 5 wins and 3 losses right now. Playoffs are still a possibility for us. If we win one more game, we should lock ourselves in. If we lose our last 2 games, then I don't know if we'll make it. I think it'll basically, well, at least have to rely on people losing, which is never fun. And even then, if we do manage to sneak in at 5-5, we're probably going to play Kelly round 1, which would be a really bad idea because he's, at the time of this, I think he's undefeated right now. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Make sure to check out Dai. His link is down in the description, just like the rest of the coaches in the ICBA. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.